Hi, I'm Mike with US Fitness Products, and I want to go through some strength equipment issues, things you can check to keep it safe, and things you can do to help maintain it and protect your investment. I want to talk a little bit about adjusting cables on your strength equipment. It's something that several of us talked about, and really the reason being you may adjust the one on your leg press and it affects all the other cables. Checking the jam nuts, things like that, that's fine. But adjusting cables, if they're not tight enough, then they can jump off the pulley. Then you can end up damaging the cable very quickly. So really you should call someone to have them come out, somebody that's used to adjusting cables on strength equipment. I want to talk about lubing guide rods on your strength equipment. So here's one of the guide rods for the weight stack, and the others over here hidden behind this panel. Some people don't agree, but if you do not need to lubricate the guide rods, then do not. The reason being, once you put lube on there, it attracts dust and dirt. So then you have to lube them again because of the dust and dirt. There's two ways you can do this. Just use silicone spray. The way I do it is put it on a paper towel and just rub it on the guide rod. You don't need to overdo it. You can feel the difference and you've done a good job. The preferred method that we use is like super lube because it lasts a lot longer. We have commercial customers that we do this every 3 months, and it's more than enough. For home use, you might be doing this every 4 or 5 months. Commercial use, probably about every 3 months. You do it as needed. Put some on the paper towel, and then just rub it in the guide rods. That's all you have to do. Let's start here with this high-low bar. In this case, we have what are called linear bearings. There's one in the top, one in the bottom, and then on the opposite side, there's one in the top, one in the bottom. This makes for a nice, easy slide up and down. You can hear the sound they make, that's normal. What we want to do is get some lubricant and apply this to this guide rod. If one of the bearings goes out or binds in place, it will actually scratch the guide rod up and down, so it doesn't have a smooth motion any longer. This is what we normally use. You can buy it online at many different stores. It works great for lubricating the guide rods, and it will last a long time. You always just apply it with a paper towel and run it around all corners of the guide rod. You don't need to overly lubricate it. As the bearing goes up and down, it will smooth this out. I'm just going to raise this bar and then apply the lubricant on the underside. Do this as necessary. For home use, you're probably talking about every 6 months. For commercial use, about every 3 to 4 months is good. Even at some of our high volume gyms, every 3 months, and it's perfect when we come back to visit again. That'll help protect those bearings and keep them lasting longer. While we're talking about weight stacks, let's talk about jam nuts. I've moved around to a different machine just trying to make it easier to see. So this is the top plate of the weight stack here, and this is a cable adjustment. Below that you'll find what is called a jam nut. Sometimes these are not tightened in place, and they should be. As you use this cable, will try to back itself out of here, and it can be kind of dangerous if you go to lift and this cable pops out of the unit. So to tighten it, you just take a adjustable wrench, and we're just going to snug it down so that cable doesn't come loose on us. Also, you have on your pop pins throughout your strength equipment, and if these start to bind up, you can just spray a little silicone spray in there, work it a couple of times, and that usually frees that up. Here again we have a nut, and this is actually what holds the pop pin in place. Please check these to make sure these are tight. So you're just going clockwise to make it snug. If you look around your strength equipment, you can find these jam nuts located anywhere where there's a cable that comes to and is screwed into the frame. Here again we have a jam nut. Just gonna tighten it just to make sure that's safe and secure. Here on this high-low slide, you see the stainless steel has plastic pieces in here for the guide. These can sometimes get very dry and hard to move, like this one. So what we're gonna do, again, we're gonna take some silicone spray. I just like to apply it to a rag and run it over the stainless steel. This helps protect the stainless steel also from rust. Then you'll find it slides much easier. Another thing you need to look at on your strength equipment are these, the carabiners, usually called snap hooks. If you have any of these that aren't locking in place, it's time to replace them. They're not that expensive. You can find them online. You just need to go by the total length of the carabiner when you buy these. But please make sure that locks in place like that. When you're inspecting your strength equipment, you always need to inspect the cables for wear. If you look at this one, the plastic coating has come off the cable. This cable needs to be replaced.